Howdy, Buffalo Bart here, and welcome. Give me just a minute here. Changing my settings. Yeah, things decided to be stupid for once, like always. Um, Not seeing my control panel the way that I need to. So, give me a minute to get the scene set up. Sorry, you're going to see a black screen for just a minute. Everything wants to fight me tonight. Alright, let's get this fixed here. Come on, thank you very much. Alright, this should fix it. Yeah. Alright, we have visual. Alright, so the Hunter Classic. We are on lovely map with Water Buffalo, Banteng. You are a lovely little doggy, but I'm not keeping you with me. We're going to change up our weaponry here. I'm going to go with, since I'm on this map, what I've found to be the absolute perfect rifle for this map. The 9.3 by 74R over and under. And I'm going to go ahead and take the long range scope. I'll probably be switching between that and no scope on that one because, well, you know, if you ask me, that's a cheating rifle. It'll allow you to kill everything pretty much from road here to Water Buffalo. Really? Kind of a diverse layout. And try something a little bit different here. 50 cal black powder. And scope. Let's go with the 3 to 9 by. And change my revolver. Well, we could use the El Toro or El Besonte. We're going to use the El Besonte. And we don't need extra 44 mag ammo. I'm going to carry the scope with this, but I'm probably not going to use it. Select it, but I'm dropping it into here. And I am going to carry an extra box of ammo for that. 454 Nozzler. And that's true 57s. 44. 10 rounds for the black powder is probably not going to be enough either. So I'll carry one box extra for everything. Considering I only have 4 there, so. Let's see here. Yeah, I need to stock up. I got 16 rounds total for that gun. And 454. Buy some more of that too. And 50 caliber conical. Yep. That will have me all set for that. Equipment wise, I don't have any real collars for this map. In fact, let's actually go with I do have the Rusa call, so I can use that. And I'll use the elk collar. I don't know why. No, let's actually change that out for what the hell do we want? Really nothing useful here. I mean, I've got goose collars, but I'm not going to be shooting any geese here. I'm not carrying anything that's going to be suitable for that. Reindeer rattle. I'm going to leave my deer calls and my hog collar just because there is hogs on this map. And just because, no other reason, turkey locator. Dogs, we can carry the scent hound instead of the retriever. And we need to make sure that we got our doggy treats. Why is it? That search block is new, and it's cutting off the top of my dog's head, man. That's not no bueno. Got our Jeep. I'm not going to use it. Clothing, I got to change that out for this map. Go with the tropical, because you will overheat and die on this map. And hopefully, sitting here this long hasn't started affecting things. So this is the Sneaky 3D Tropical Forest Camo. It's specifically made for this map. I got my Hulk Hogan mustache, and I got no glasses yet. I do have an extra backpack, but it doesn't help with space. Alright. That's good enough. Well, hello there, Poochie Dog. Alright. 9.3 by 74R over and under rifle is going to be good for everything on this map except for the geese. And let's go ahead and load the revolver. Reason why I don't have the scope on it right now is because this will take down the Water Buffalo and the Banteng. And there's been times where I've needed something for a quick holy crap shot. And if I don't have the 9.3 out with the scope off, then I can quickly hit 3, right click, bang. And it's going to, without the scope, it's going to come up to your eye better and faster, actually, aim-wise. So, yeah, it can be a problem whenever you're trying to keep from getting overrun. And the Water Buffalo or Banteng here will charge you, and they will run your ass over. The location of my tent. I put a tent here. What I did was I started here, I walked up, placed my tent, and that was it. It's got me centrally located between the two, but this area right here is absolutely just loaded down with Water Buffalo and Banteng. As you get on the outskirts, you'll start seeing some Sambar, occasionally some Rusa. Very seldom, but you do see some pigs from time to time as well. And it's going to bug me hearing all these animals in the background and hearing the geese. There's 4 billion geese on this map. So if you're going to set up for magpie geese or a magpie goose, if that's where you want to hunt, then there's some really good spots around here in the same swamp area that you could probably lay down to smack down. Okay, that's a female water buffalo. I'm going to go take a look because on the hunt the day before yesterday, I believe it was, or a couple days ago, was over here on the train tracks, and I won't tell you what's here. I don't want it to be a spoiler. But I walked out here onto the bridge, and in this area right here, there was about a dozen water buffalo, 2 of which were male. I don't have any calls for them. The next thing I'm going to be purchasing is the aim point scope, because there's some missions to do that require you to use that scope, and it doesn't count that you've got the aim point for the shotgun or for the 1911 or the small pistols. So you have to use that particular as the aim point HL or something like that. You do have to be cautious when you're stocking up on these water buffalo and Banteng, whatever. Like I said, they will charge you, females included, and you need to be wary. So as I get a little bit closer, I don't have any calls to call them. I don't know if there is. I have to double check the store and see if there is anything to call them. Otherwise, I mean, they're not very fast moving. I mean, even when they're running, they're so heavy that it's more of a trot than a full-on run. The Banteng, if you're not familiar with this map and these animals, they're relatively new to the game. Of course, I was out for a long time. I mean, I played from early on, and back in the early days of this game, you know, it came out in 2009. It was you could buy the game in a box set in the store, and I believe you could also get it free online, but you could only hunt one species. I think it was just a black-tailed deer, or mule deer rather, and you had a 243 rifle that was free, and that was it. I mean, later on they gave you the shotgun and one box of, I think it was one box, but you had birdshot, buckshot, and slugs for the shotgun, little single barrel shotgun. But still, you were stuck to one preserve, like, strawberry preserves, one reserve, and one species. And then they added a second species. Then they added it to where they did free weekends. Now, this is the range finding binoculars. It's probably one of your best first early on purchases, especially if you decide later on to get into archery. That is a male. We are going to take him. So he is across the pond. Don't hunt with the black powder near enough. I'm going to watch him for just a minute, see if I can get a clean shot from over here. He's walking away. And I think there was a female that was over here, or another one that was over here. So, alright, there is two creatures. A water buffalo there and a banteng here. Dog, will you get the hell out of my way? I love having the bloodhound, but they can be a pain in the ass. Alright, which one were you? Were you my male? Get out the damn water, stupid. They weren't really presenting me with really good shots here. That's a water buffalo female. You can tell by the horns. Yep, water buffalo female. The male water buffaloes, yeah, you can tell the horns. They will form a huge U shape and can be absolutely massive in size. Look at that banteng. I don't remember all of what's on that one. Retracing, so that's not a mission complete. I know that I need to harvest a banteng for a mission. And I think the other one that popped up was part of another mission just in. This water is not shallow enough to walk all the way across, so I'm going to have to make my way around to here. Shut up, geese. If I was hunting geese, I'd never see them. It's always the case whenever I'm hunting on, like, red feather, or the reserve that I've got my my goose set up on. I've got the blind set up, and I've got a half spread of decoys. Is that another banteng over there? The banteng are going to be in different colors. They're going to be black, all black, black with white feet, black with some brown and white mixed in, and then brown with some white mixed in. So I've seen a few different variations of them. Water buffaloes are all going to be just black, and they're said the only difference you're going to see between them is going to be the horns between male and female. On the banteng, there's a slight difference in the horns, I think. Still new to hunting them. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, you run away. Okay, a little tip for you. That tree's moving awful weird. If you think you're about to get run over, you can either be quick on the draw, or you can put trees between you and them. Alright, so that one ran. What are you? You are Water Buffalo male. See what I say about the horns? You definitely know the difference. Alright, we're going to stalk this one. Even though I want the Banteng for a mission, we will find more. I have not done a black powder kill on either one of those two species. And I have the inline black powder with the conical bullets. You can't just use any black powder bullet. You can't use the traditional style black powder on these things. They're just too freaking huge. Alright, he's in the water. He pain in the ass. I have to watch where he goes. When they get in the water like that, you don't really have a good shot on them. You don't want to take a headshot if you don't have to. He's pretty fair size. Always, if I zoom in on my scope, I always unzoom whenever I go to put the rifle away. That way, whenever I go to pull it out again, I'm not zoomed all the way in, like, I can't see anything. So I always just scroll back. Mirror, stupid. Why are you running? I shouldn't be spooking you. Alright, he's out of the water. Just gotta get a shot on him. He's hauling ass. Must have been that stink ass dog. Alright, well. I didn't want to kill you anyway. I wanted to go after the Banteng. I could have had, I mean, I had shots on him with the other 9.3, and that would have been an easy takedown. But I wanted to use a black powder, and I don't want to take shots that aren't going to be quote unquote, I don't want to take an unethical shot. And, oh, well, it's just stupid video game animals. Well, yes and no. If you're going to do it, you do it right. Try not to panic shoot. I mean, there are going to be some chances of, like, the animal's charging you, and you just got to shoot whatever you, do whatever you can just to stay alive. I'm not carrying first aid kits, but if you do get trampled, then, or attacked by a bear or whatever, you can use a med kit and heal yourself back up again. You'll start right there where you are. If you don't, then you'll respawn. You pick which lodge to respawn on. I guess I could pick up some tracks. I don't know which one was from the Banteng. No, it's the Water Buffalo. I don't want that one. There we go. Banteng roaming. Nothing too. Especially when doing multiplayer hunts. My boy Eagle usually hunts with me. Occasionally my brother might come in and hunt, but what I always keep preaching is ABL. Always be looking. Because if you tunnel vision, like, oh, where's the next one? Where's the next track? See these, we call them half domes. Just a little red circle that's not filled in. Those are a different animal. The ones that are the full domes, like these, is what we call them, is going to be the one that you're tracking. The current animal you have selected with your hunter mate. That's roaming. You look at the hoof prints. That's when he was going that way. So that's an old track. As he ran, and he ran that way. So I'm going to look around until I find the right track that has him fleeing and going in the opposite direction. I can see the tracks. Nope. That's going to the left. We know he's not there. I'm going to pick up this one, even though I know those are probably going to be the ones that I need. Don't pick up all of them, because you know what? They're tracking points. fleeing. So, I don't know if you can tell on the hunter mate, whenever I picked it up, you can see I now have a dark black line that's in a cone shape. That's going to give me the approximate direction that the animal ran to. But you'll see a dashed circle line. That's going to say that, okay, that one's going the opposite direction. But that's going to tell you that it's been a while. It's not the freshest. What'll happen is you start getting closer to the animal and you pick up a track. Then what'll happen is that circle will start getting smaller. It'll also turn to a solid line. And whenever it's a solid line like that, that means that the animal's going to be close. Or it's a fresh track, or a fresher track. And ABL, always be scanning around, always be looking. Because, just because you're tracking this from right here, doesn't mean there's not more. Because, like I said, we came over here for this guy, and there was a female, and there was a male, both of water buffaloes. So there were other animals that were here. See, this is telling me to go this direction. And no, scent hounds are absolutely worthless unless you actually have a blood trail. If you're just scouting a track like this, there are no dogs. See, it's telling me that the animal went this way. Oh, another Banteng over this way. I don't care which one I'm killing, okay? Full fucking dog, get on my damn way. Stupid ass. The scent hounds are not as useful as you would think. They are semi-useful, and the more you train them, the better they're supposed to be. That's when they ain't getting much smarter. And I'll tell you, I've told it to, find, track the blood. I can see the animals right there. Blood track right here. The dog will sit here and look around and go off in this direction. What the hell are you looking for? I see it. The animal's dead right there. Why aren't you tracking it? Or it'll just lose trail. Or not be able to find the next track. Or, not that bright. Retriever? Shoot. Man, them retrievers work. If you're doing a goose hunt or a duck hunt or a rabbit hunt, yeah, you're killing bunches of them, the retriever will earn its keep. You can stay in your blind if you're if you're duck hunting or goose hunting. You can stay in your blind and just send the dog out. The dog will retrieve it, bring it back, and drop it right there inside the blind in front of you. So all you have to do is just pick it right up there. So retrievers are great if you're bird hunting. Now, in theory, what this dog is supposed to be doing, all it really does is tracks a blood trail. So in theory, it's kind of like a bloodhound, if you want to call it that. But if I'm just tracking an animal, what was that? A Rusa deer? I don't care about no Rusas. Came out here for the big things. I need to head back towards the islands. Getting a little too far out. Yeah. Need to start heading back north again. I see you. You are Banteng. Female. Meh. You can harvest them, kill them, but they're low or no points. And what I mean by low or no points is you have a CSS score, which is a general indication, for the most part, of the GM you're going to get. I'm just going to go ahead and pick up that. If you're harvesting just male, you get the kill, you go over, you harvest, you're going to see a CSS score, which, like I said, generally, there's another right there. Give you an idea. Ah, you bastard. Yeah, always be looking. That one's right there, just the other side of the little ridge line. Got nothing to call him with. I think it's the dog. because, it can't be me. I'm crouching, but she was like right there. I think the dog spooks them more than anything. I don't know if something broke in the dogs. I didn't have this problem last week. Relatively new thing where, like that water buffalo, spooked way too easy. It should not have spooked. If I leave the dog at home, then may not have that problem. What are you? Banteng, roaming over this way. If it happens again, I'm heading back to the tent. Full force, I'll run, I don't care. And get rid of this dog. Because it's not actually doing anything useful right now. And the only time it's actually useful for the scent hound is if you wound an animal and you get a blood trail. You actually hit it and wound it. Other than that, it's not going to be doing anything. It says if you don't wound what you shoot. If you shoot it and it drops right there on the spot, which is what should happen, then the dog did nothing for you. If you just find a track like these, the dog doesn't do anything for you. So a dog is, like I said, is absolutely worthless for the scent hound unless you wound an animal. And you can avoid having to buy the scent hound if, and this is going to sound terrible, if you just learn how to shoot, you don't have that problem. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. 7 P's. I see you moving over there. And what that basically means is, proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. If you take into a lot of things into account whenever you're, I see you, settle down. There's nothing I can do to call you back. I swear it's the presence of the dog. I'm blaming everything on you. So, you take things into account before pulling the trigger. Oh, there's an animal. Bang! Oh, well, I missed. Or, oh no, I wounded it. So growing up around the country, around a farm and that kind of stuff, deer hunting was just one of the things that you did. And we'd go out to a hunt club. And on the hunt club, you get a bunch of other people who have paid to be there. And something you should learn early on in life: money is not a good indicator of skill. Having a really cool, fast car doesn't mean you can drive it fast. And if you do drive it fast, doesn't mean you can control it. Having a fancy rifle doesn't mean you can shoot gooder at deers. Money doesn't buy skill. It can get you training to try to get skill, but money's not going to provide the skill for you. And just because you've been hunting for 20 years or 30 years, all your life you grew up hunting, doesn't mean you're an expert at hunting. Just because you've been doing it for a long time doesn't mean you've been doing it correctly for a long time. And I will make this statement right now. And this is a true statement. Okay? While deer hunting, I have never fired twice at a deer. Damn it. Are you spooking again? Sure as hell. Alright, you little bitch. Yes, female dog is a bitch. So, I'm not being rude. The bitch goes back to the tent. And I'm going to stand up and walk. I don't care. That's 4 times I've lost an animal because they spooked too early. And I'm not going to play that. We ain't playing that game. I'm going to run. I don't even care. I have never fired twice at a deer. I've never missed a deer either. So every deer that I have seen that I have drawn my rifle or shotgun and pulled the trigger on has died. Alright, you're in crazy mode. I know you're spooked because I'm running. Looks like a male. We'll slow down. So, with rifle and shotgun, I have never missed when I fired at a deer. And every time I fired at a deer, with that one shot, the deer died. Plain and simple. And so people are going to say, well, you're full of shit. You know, I'm like, okay. Dog, I swear, if you get in my line of sight and block my shot, I will kill you myself. It's a female water buffalo. Not even worth shooting. All that crap for nothing. There's nowhere for me to cross right here. I have to move around to find a crossing point. You try to walk into the water, it's just too deep. And if she charges me, I'm going to have to blast her. I just want to walk by, chica. You're not worth a bullet. You're going to charge. Alright. Yes, that was a bad headshot. At least put this stupid dog to work. I knew that was going to be a bad shot there. So, hit V and track blood. I'm at least going to put this stupid dog to work. I saw which way it ran. Dog is over here looking in the wrong direction. Fleeing. What are you going to do, stupid dog? Are you going to find the deer or the thing? Track. Dog's just over there sniffing. I don't know what the hell she's sniffing right now. Well, this is give me points for a mission. Come on, stupid dog. Find something. Bought you, fed you treats, and let you piss me off on multiple occasions. I even bought the GPS tracker. So I know the dog is over here. If the dog finds the animal, it will bark. Alright, well, get at it. Get at it. Oh, you're stupid. Yeah, on a hunt many years ago, even as a kid. You know, I was out on the hunt club, and move, dog. Watched as a deer come out of the wood line. There was a line of hunters right there along the road, you know, dirt road. Oh God, you stupid ass dog! I'll end the hunt and get a frickin' nastygram from Doc. I don't care, just to get rid of this dog from this hunt. So yeah, watch the deer come out. There's no way that I could make a safe shot because the deer was running by other hunters. It ran so close to one of the hunters that I swear I thought it was going to gore the hunter with his horns as he was going by. and there was just really nothing I could do. I didn't know if this guy was gonna get gored by it. I mean, it was that close. Guy never saw the friggin' deer. Never paying attention. Could hear that they were running dogs. So everybody knew the deer was going to be coming out soon. So put your damn head on a swivel, keep looking, and watch for the deer to come out. You should be able to get an approximate fix. If you've got hearing problems and you can't hear, that's one thing. But this guy had no excuse. I've watched several times that same situation happen. Is I watch a hunter standing there looking in the general direction of where he thinks the deer is going to come out, and it doesn't. And one particular case, hunting, I watched the deer come out 50 feet from the hunter. And the guy never saw it. He just steady, just looking in the wrong direction. And I watched as that deer zigzagged and cut through the brush piles and everything else that were there. And then, I'm going to end this freaking hunt. Bear with me for just a second. I'm going to restart the hunt. I don't care, Doc. You can send me a freaking nasty gram. And I watched it. I watched the dog. Dogs come out of the woods after the deer. I watched the deer as it was moving around through the field, and I watched it until it came right over towards me. Pulled the shotgun up, fired one shot. Deer fell over dead. Okay. Problem solved. Property that we had years ago, family property. At the time, I got to the point where I just could care less about going hunting in real life. So, just one of those things where, my brother would ask, hey, let's go deer hunting or whatever, and oh, okay, no problem. And I would generally, hang on just a second, just go just to be the good brother. But I really just didn't care to go hunting. And one particular time, alright, doggone, I had a tree stand that I built. Without explaining it, my father's house was closest to the road. So you had the road, our father's house, and then maybe 75 feet from my dad's house, I built my tree stand right there in that tree, thinking there's no way in hell anything's ever going to be in my line of sight there. But I'm hunting with a good .308 rifle. I know the ballistics of my rifle. I know where to aim for the different ranges. I know my fields. I knew everything I needed to be proficient in what I was doing. And but I just knew that there's nothing going to be right here. There is no deer that's going to present itself here. Alright, let's crouch down. Water Buffalo female. Danger close. Well, not danger close, but close by. Let's see if it gets spooked this time. No dog, and I started with this camo on. Yeah, so I climbed up in the tree stand, and I had a good field of view of the field. And it was it was exactly about 530 yards from 550 from where I'm sitting to the very farthest point in the back part of the field before the tree line. Well, I also knew that my brother was down that way and off to my right-hand side. I knew exactly where his stand was. He had a tripod set up on the edge of the field. I knew where I could safely fire and where I couldn't. And I'm just sitting up there, I wasn't up there like playing solitaire on my phone or anything, but I was up there nice and comfy in my tree stand. About 35, 40 feet up. And I heard a sound like something was rubbing up against the bark of the tree that I'm in. I look down. There's a frickin' 7-point buck. Not huge or anything, but you know, a deer is a deer is a deer, right? Went out there trophy hunting. I was trying to fill the freezer. And I was like, what the hell are you doing here? You're not supposed to be right here. There's a house and a major road right here. Dumbass deer, you're not supposed to be here. And I watched him. He walked right underneath the tree, he rubbed on the tree, and just slowly meandered out into the field and stopped and was nibbling on some grass. I'm like, huh. Well, I am deer hunting. I guess I might as well shoot it. I see you. Don't rush your shot, dummy. But sheet's going to be a problem. Yeah, this is the first time shooting this gun with those bullets. I did not have a good shot, but if I didn't take that shot, she would have charged me. So yeah, I pulled my rifle up and took aim. And that is lunge hard, so she's not going to go far. Yeah, like I don't really have, just like that, I didn't have a really good shot at anything on the body to make a good heart-lung shot. And, you know, you should try for the cleanest, most ethical shot you can get. And heart-lungs is usually the best way to go. They may run just like this, but they're not going to go far. You know, some people, well, okay, a spine shot or, you know, a headshot perhaps. So it's like, well, that's the most ethical way for putting this animal down. And yeah, so I put the crosshairs on and didn't have to do any hold because it was right at the 95 to 100 yards. Rifle was zeroed at 100 yards, so I just had to put the crosshairs right on and ease the trigger back, and down goes the deer. Didn't move, didn't flinch, nothing. Just dropped right down. So yeah, I mean, every time that I hunt, I take the time. You know, I'm not setting a very good example right now, but I take the time to make an ethical shot. And if you want to learn how to do that, this game is not a bad way to get a good idea of how to do that. I'm making a really bad example of it right now, though, for the game. But in that case, she would have charged, just like last round that I just quickly blew through. The animal would have charged. I swear she came down this way. And instead of me getting killed, I chose to just take the shot. The scope actually hurt me on that shot. I should have drawn the pistol. I got 3 rounds in the pistol. Since the pistol has no scope on it, it would have been better for a short-range shot like that. Instead of trying to get the heart-lung shot. And I did get a heart-lung shot. But she has run. Now, the farther they run after they've been shot, the lower your score is going to be, your harvest value is going to be. So you're going to lose out on points by them running like that. So that's one incentive to let's go in the opposite direction. That's not true for what I'm tracking. Although it says it's going that way and it's a fresh track. Alright, Where the hell's the damn track? I could see it, and then it disappeared. Yeah, so it's saying roaming and going in the opposite direction. Pretty sure it's not roaming and going that direction. So besides the lower harvest score, it can lower your GM. Whenever you harvest an animal that's a scoring animal, then you're going to receive at least some GM based on the animal stats and other variables. I have to and there's my animal. It's alive. And it just died. Okay. So we'll see what the score ends up being. Probably not going to be much, if anything, because it was female. And I have come up on them like this and not be dead and get up and charge. See, 18.3 on CSS, 18.3, harvest value 0, score 127. So that's all fine and dandy, but hit resume game and I can sell it for 18 GM. So the higher the CSS value of the animal and the harvest value, you're going to get more GM, and you can use that GM to buy more gear. And what I need to be doing is finishing out a few more missions so that I can actually I'm going to stand up and walk instead of crouch walk, so I can usually see the animals before they flee. So there's multiple ways of actually going about being able to afford buying all the cool toys. Everything that I'm carrying is premium. It's a premium rifle, black powder rifle, the pistol. None of this is standard stuff. The clothing that I'm wearing, the dogs, all the extra ammo, the scopes, all that's luxury stuff. Those are add-on stuff. Technically speaking, other than the big stuff like the Water Buffalo and the Banteng, so I have no idea how to pronounce it, but those two are going to require you to have a specialist weapon, a big bore gun, in order to take them down and be able to get score from. Yeah, I could go out here with a 22 pistol and just shoot the crap out of them, which I've got a 22 pistol in the game also. But I'm going to get gigged for a non-ethical cartridge. That is a male pig. Right back where I just came from. Literally on my track. All the different collars. Premium stuff. When you start with the free to download, free to play, what you're going to get is the 243 with ammo and just simple scope. You're going to get a single barrel shotgun with buckshot, birdshot, and slugs. Between the two, and even just with the shotgun by itself, the shotgun with the combination of birdshot, buckshot, and slugs will kill every animal on every preserve, every bird, every bobcat to fox to deer to moose and whatever else. That shotgun will do the trick. You can kill all of them. However, you cannot kill the water buffalo with it or the banteng. So if you want to hunt this map, you're going to have premium ammo, premium weapons, premium clothing. If you show up in the wrong clothing, you'll die from heat stroke. Or you'll have to have bunches of bottles of water, which is also a premium item. So if you come out here and you forgot to change your clothing, you may fall over dead. It's happened to me once. I learned my mistake. Water buffalo roaming. Didn't give me the pain. It must have been a step on. Pig is somewhere around here, but at least you have a weapon that will kill pretty much the large majority of species on all the different preserves. Now you can come on this map and kill, I think, Sambar. Come on, give me the squeal on a pig. There we go. Row. Piggy close. Downside to this map, there's very few places where you can actually get a prone position to make a shot. So I guess what I will do is actually do another hunt here soon. May do it tonight. Take a break for a little bit, let everything clear out, since this has been kind of a crap hunt. And I will get the... it's going to hurt my feelings. The newbie starter single barrel shotgun and the 243. So that's just going to break my heart to have to use those two guns when I have a plethora of other weapons. I've got AR-15. I got a 1911 and 10 millimeter. I got a side-by-side shotgun, 2 pump shotguns. One of them was a combat shotgun that was a bring over from the Hunter Primal. I've also got the Hunter Call of the Wild, but I don't have either one of those two installed. Where the hell are you, pig? And it doesn't matter which shotgun that I'm using. I could be using the pump shotgun, you know, the combat shotgun, the side-by-side. It wouldn't matter which 12 gauge shotgun that I'm using. They're all going to do the same amount of damage and work the same exact way, except that the single barrel, you're going to get one shot, you have to reload. One shot, reload. One shot, reload. So it's just the matter of ammunition containment and so forth. I like the sound of that. Again, if you think they're going to charge, put a tree between you and them. And hopefully they'll hit the tree and you can back up enough to get a shot or get away. And sometimes they'll run after they realize that, oh, well, I didn't kill you, so I ran into a tree. I will have to go back through and see what I can and cannot shoot with the 243, but I may do like a whitetail hunt or a blacktail hunt or mule deer. I'll figure out what I can shoot with the let's go ahead and take you with this. Go ahead and lay your ass down. Oh, let's reload. Not a bad pig. I'll make up for the ammo cost of that stupid other hunt where I wasted a shot. It's not a bad pig. Blew his guts through his nuts. Skull, left lung, shoulder blade, right lung. It just tore some shit up. 32 hole GM. Yeehaw. So what I'll do is I'll prep for a hunt with the newbie starter weapons, and so there were some of the these are like free species and things like that beforehand. But what I can do is I'll probably do a Logger's Point, which is one of the early original maps. And the free to play, or whenever you got the game and didn't have any premium content whatsoever, all you had was Logger's Point. And what I can do is I'll start at my tent that I have there, just to kind of show off a little bit the fact that I have a my own shooting range set up. Another thing also is what I can do is, now I got this one back set up again, I can go to a different scene and I'll start from the desktop and showing you the store and all the different stuff. You can buy a shooting mat and you can buy targets and set up your own personal shooting range however you want it. And since I loaded this as a multiplayer, I don't know why. When you go into a multiplayer game, you can hit F3 and you get the scoreboard come up. Teams, so if you're team versus team, where 2 people on this team, 2 people on that team, or everybody against whatever, you can see that it says shooting range. So you can actually... Sorry, I thought I heard something. I don't want to get killed by a freaking water buffalo while I'm talking here. So you could set up your shooting range to have a pistol course or whatever, or an archery range, or your own personal range set up however you want it. And when you're shooting the targets, you're scored on the targets. So you can actually see that, oh, okay, Beefalo Bart's got a total score of, 143, but, Eagle's got 114, so Beef is kicking Eagle's ass. Plus, you can hit F4 to clear all the scores on the range. It doesn't affect your other scores on top. Total CSS, highest CSS. I've killed 2 things. So you can see harvest 2, animal spotted 1. Doesn't make any sense. I only saw 1, but I killed 2 of them. Doesn't make any sense. But it shows how many you've harvested, what the highest scoring one was, and what your total running score is. So you can have a competition. You can actually set up competitions and give away money, EM or what have you. There's official ones where you can win GM, EM, and other stuff. Or you can just do personal. Like you join me on a hunt, and okay, we're going to hunt for exactly 2 hours. And at the end of that 2-hour period, whoever has the highest score wins. Whatever, bragging rights and that kind of stuff. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take a break for a little while. I'll get reset up. Came over here because I thought I saw mushrooms. Nope, I was wrong. There's going to be mushrooms hidden on the ground. You can walk over them and find them from time to time. I believe the 243 is going to be pretty much limiting factor to deer and certain other animals. And what I can do is I'll just make a mental list of what I can and cannot shoot on that particular map that I'm going to be going on to. So I'll probably go to Logger's Point, but I will carry the single barrel shotgun with birdshot, buckshot, and slugs, or probably just birdshot and slugs. That'll cover everything. And the 243. So if I need to harvest a coyote, even though technically on that map I need to kill 2 female pheasant that are flying, I need to kill 3 hogs with a certain bow, and I need to kill the coyotes with the 44 Magnum revolver. That mission's called Bitchin'. Just depends on how much I like you guys. Not that I do, not that I don't, but the gear that I had at the start of this mission is the gear that I was using on the other hunt, where I need to go out and kill 2 female pheasants. These are separate missions, by the way. Damn it, another pig? And another male pig at that. I come out here for stuff that I don't normally hunt. The Water Buffalo and the Banteng. And pretty much all I'm getting now is hogs. Tough choice. I'll decide while I take a break, and I'll pop in the store and show. Unfortunately, there's nothing in the game while you're playing to say, like go into the help settings or whatever and say, okay, I'm using the 9.3 by 74R. What can I shoot with that gun? Besides everything, you don't know unless you know specifically what you can and cannot kill ethically and still get score for in the game. Unless you know, you just don't know. It sounds stupid, but I'm running 3 monitors. I can open up the window on my left monitor and like, okay, I've got the 243. I can pull up the ammo, and I'll show that in the storefront on the next video, where you can go to the store, select your ammo type, and find out what it's ethical on. And it doesn't matter what rifle it's in or what gun it's in. 12 gauge slug is a 12 gauge slug. A 243 is a 243. However, there are a couple of guns like the 17 HMR, have the lever action, the Steyr Scout, which I think there's 3 or 4 versions of. I've got one of them. The black powder inline, like I'm using now, where they have 2 different types of ammo. This one right here is a sabot and a conical ball. I can't use the sabos for the Water Buffalo, but I can use the conical bullets. So you kind of have to know, okay, when I'm out there hunting, I can kill birds and turkeys and all with birdshot naturally. But if a bobcat comes up, I'm going to have to use buckshot. But if a deer comes up, I can use a slug. So you're kind of juggling 3 different ammo types for the shotgun, which is kind of a pain if you try to remember when you're first learning. I know pretty much what I can and cannot shoot with the shotgun, but I will show how you can find that information. I'll see you, piggy. Shooey. I want to shoot the black powder rifle. Oh crap. See, this is where it comes back into, I'm normally using my traditional black powder rifle. I use it quite a bit. Like I said, the last shot that I fired with this a little while ago was the first time shooting this with those bullets, the conical bullets. So I don't know if the conical bullets are good for hogs. I know in real life it doesn't really matter that damn much, but in game it does matter, or else you're going to get a nasty gram from Doc. You'll have to wound an animal on the reserve, or use the wrong ammo on a certain game. Damn it, pig, quit screwing with me. Fight. Yes, I hear you squealing. Shut up. I'm taking the scope off. Resume game. Thank you. Now, I got me some True Glow iron sights. Where are you? Hope I didn't run while I was in the frickin' menu. If we ran, we'll just go ahead and end it there. If he didn't run, then I'm going to put a big old 50 caliber slug in his face. Or blow his guts through his nuts, either one. Another trick I'll do is I'll call a bunch of times, get him coming to a certain location, and then I'll move. I don't have a clue where he went. I said he may have run while I was in the freaking menu. probably a fleeing track, and if it is a fleeing track, that's it. I'm done. Yeah, I said he's going this way. Another tip. If you know that your animal is, we'll say, right here at that tree, you know he's there. Do your calls. Get him coming. You're, whoa, shit, and fall back in it. Sorry. A little distracted right there. So if you know he's coming from that direction, walk that way and climb that hill. Walk on the side of the hill so you're looking down. Always look for high ground. Are you done reloading? How about now? Nope. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, it's like you want to set up an ambush, essentially. 33 GMs. Lovely. So yeah, we're going to pretend that tree down there is my target. So what I'll do is, and that would be crouched naturally, but I'm not going to worry about crouching right now. So I'll move my way around the hill, naturally crouching, so you can stay, hidden as much as possible. And you know that you called from over there. The animal's going to that location. So you move around, pick up some high ground, and then you've got a flanking shot now whenever they're going to where they think their potential mate is. They're going over there. They're there. They're going over there. So you move, and now you've got a flanking shot. Much better chance of getting a clean, ethical kill instead of having that head-on shot. When you're moving through an unknown area trying to find critters to shoot, move on the side of a ridge. Move on the top of the ridge. We're not in a combat game. We're not trying to fight against other snipers. So we're just trying to find more quadrupeds to put holes in. So if you have the option of walking across this flat ground or taking something that's going to be a little bit higher ground, ABL. Always be looking for a place to get a shot. So if now something pops up right over here, we want to be able to drop in the prone. See, there's a lack of grass right here. I know that I can prone there and have a view going downhill and have a clear shot to work with. So always be thinking, where am I going to shoot from? Where is the animal going to be going towards? And I need to put all this into a tips and tricks for new players. Yeah, that's what I'll do for the next video. Just do the starter weapons, logger's point, no dog, no jeep, no fancy camo. Just go out there with just what a new player would have. Hunter's mate, 243, single barrel shotgun. That's it. I'll point out in the store what you should get as your first purchases. Think about what it is you want to hunt. Do you want to hunt water buffalo? Do you want to hunt white-tailed deer, black-tailed deer, mule deer, elk, red deer, roe deer? Pick an animal. What do I really want to hunt? And then gear up for that. So, for the example of the next video will just be tips and tricks for the newbie. We'll see you guys in that one, and thanks for watching.